Hey guys, welcome back to Miyani art. So today I'm going to be doing something kind of different, I guess. I'm going to be painting a mini trash can. So this isn't really a trash can, it's actually just a pencil holder, but it is a very nice idea, I think. So my last repurposing old items episode was like 1 month ago, so it's finally time to do the next episode, and this is episode 4, I think. Yes, it's episode 4. So let's paint this trash can. So the first thing I'm going to do before painting this is sand this down. This isn't sandpaper, it's like drywall paper, but it looks the same, it feels the same, it should probably work the same. And this is all I had lying around. Okay, so I ended up not filming me sanding it because first of all, that's kind of boring, and also it would have took me 30 minutes if I tried to film it and sand it. So I'm painting this white because painting on a darker surface is kind of hard if you're going to do lighter colors, and in my mind, I'm going to be doing a lot of light colors. Okay, so I know in my last video I said I would be doing a different style of intro, but that was an art challenge, so there was at least some interesting parts, I guess, kind of, not really, but it was a little more interesting than this. But in this I'm just painting a trash can. There's really nothing to show in the beginning of the video. If there's nothing interesting, I know a lot of people do like a montage of them just like messing up, I guess. I don't know, but I am still going to be doing that style of intro, just not for these type of videos. So this painting process took like 4 layers of white paint, and also the next clip that I'm about to play is from 1 week later because I didn't have any time throughout the week to film this, so I literally waited 1 week just to finish putting some white paint on this. I also don't think the sanding was such a good idea because it just caused a bunch of scratches, and that took a lot of coats to cover up. I don't know if it's because I used drywall paper instead of sandpaper or because I'm sanding plastic. I don't really know much knowledge in that area. But on camera, the white looks pretty solid on there, but in person, you can still see a lot of like black on there, so yeah. So the next thing I'm doing is just mixing up some colors of paint, and I sped this clip up so much because it took me like 10 minutes just to mix up like a few colors of paint. I should have probably just done it on a palette, but I was too lazy to wash the palette and stuff, so I did it on a paper plate, and this took forever. Anyways, I didn't talk about the actual design I'm gonna do on the trash can, and thinking of the design literally took me all week just to think of it, and I found an idea on Pinterest of basically just this little, like, I guess a terrarium with a bunch of like plants and stuff in it, so I wanted to use that and kind of do a bunch of plants in it. So I'm painting the top purple for the sky, and the bottom is just gonna have a bunch of like plants. I said plants so many times it doesn't even sound like a word. Also, let's ignore the fact that I didn't even check the camera before recording. Okay, so I am finally moving on to the bottom, and I am painting this green, and this is where I changed my mind. So I didn't have many different colors of green, because once they dried, they would all just become just a little bit more darker, and they would basically turn the same color, and the image I saw it off of, it had like a bunch of different colors and stuff. So I changed my plan, and I decided to paint a bunch of flowers just like bundled up in the center instead of just painting like plants and stuff. Also, something I should have kept in mind is the wheels, because before I painted this, the wheels were working, but since I painted them shut, they're not working anymore, so Okay, so here's the part where I painted the flowers. I think they're sunflowers. I don't really know any flowers that are yellow other than sunflowers. I don't know. At this point, it was very simple. I kind of liked it where the flowers were kind of spaced apart, but I did end up adding a lot more sunflowers in the end. And to be honest, they didn't really turn out that bad. I liked how the brush worked with the type of flower. There's a lot of places in this video where I painted out of the frame, like so many times. Oh yeah, and also I thought it would be a good idea to add just a little bit of like different leaves, that type of stuff, whatever. But I actually ended up painting over that because the bottom was already green and the colors weren't really that different. Even though they're different shades, like I said, they dried darker together. Also, I think I should get a brush that is small enough for these little details, or like some sort of dotting tool that would be good for small types of details. If you are interested in seeing the design that I based off of it, the design I was going to do before, I will leave the link to that pin down below. I got it from Pinterest. It is not my idea or design, but I'll leave it linked down below if you guys want to go check it out. Okay, so here's the part where I cover up most of that green stuff with some more sunflowers. Sunflowers didn't really turn out how I expected. Like I said, I wanted them to be a big bunch in the middle. I don't know what happened. They just like spread it apart. Something that kind of bothered me was that some of the sunflowers were closer to each other and some of them were farther than each other. That is the one thing that I kind of didn't really like about this, but other than that, everything was pretty fine. The outline was a good idea. It's just I didn't do the outline very even. I guess some were like thicker, some were thinner, and blah 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 blah. So I only added an outline to the ones that were kind of coming out of the white and to the purple. And oh yeah, I also added some dots, and I really do need a dotting tool because those dots are looking very rusty. Okay, so now I'm going in with a lot more coats to cover up that green stuff. I also covered up some of the flowers in the positions I didn't want them in, also fixing up that green edge. So this is the part where things kind of started to come together a little bit more. I cleaned up the edges of the green and the purple, and the white was coming a little more vibrant, I guess. But I'm out of the frame for literally this whole entire clip. Okay, so we are finally on the last step, and that is to add some Mod Podge. Okay, so here is the final result. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. Like, definitely is a big improvement from the beginning because that was just a solid color and now it's very colorful. I do love the color combination and I love the whole design overall. I mean, from far away, the colors just look really good. So, I mean, if it looks good from far away, I mean, I guess that's fine. I think it'll look good next to my strawberry mason jar. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!